Welcome to Composet Products, L.L.C., home of www.delamrepair.com. This video examines the root cause of delamination, leaks, and water intrusion into your camper or RV. Problems are not hard to spot on older RVs, but believe it or not, even brand new ones on the showroom floor have their issues. Typical problems on older RVs are cracked or missing caulking, or possibly damage. Problems can start small, like the corner of this slide out, where we start to see the trim coming loose and mold and mildew building up. However, sometimes you're susceptible to water damage from day one. This is a lower corner on the slide out of a brand new motorhome on the showroom floor. The joint is wide open. They've put some silicone in here, but certainly not enough to seal the gap, which is large enough for me to stick my finger inside. If I was buying this coach, I'd want this fixed before I took delivery. This example is a brand new Class C on the dealer's lot, and you can see missing caulk at the corner molding. This is just my opinion, but I would think that's a possible leak path. It's our experience that exterior fixtures are also a large source of delamination issues. On this older coach, the license plate bracket has completely broken free, and we can see the tail light lens has cracks and the caulking and sealing looks weather worn. There's also delamination evident by the bubbling. This is what happens when you get moisture in behind a light fixture. One small crack in a light lens is all it takes to create a delamination issue. However, damage and age aren't the only issues. Here, there's no gasket present. I'm in the showroom and looking at this trailer and wondering if this might be a possible leak path in the future or even currently in a rainstorm. Just a little bit of movement of the light fixture opens up a gap between the housing and the body with no sign of any sealing or gasket. Given time, this is what a light fixture looks like after it's been leaking and possibly causing delamination inside the wall. The same is true for electrical outlets. Here we can see the caulking has aged and cracked, allowing for leakage. Here's another example with a cut gasket. There's delamination under this fixture. You can see the gasket is aged and very little movement is required to open up a space between the parts that moisture can enter. At the end of the day, you end up with delamination. Even the newest of coaches need a thorough examination. I'd find these two examples of gasket placement slightly suspect and be a little worried about long-term durability. In my opinion, applying silicone over a possibly faulty gasket is not the answer or long-term solution. Before we discuss solutions, we'll look at another possible leak path: brackets and fixtures. I've seen a lot of ladders broken or loose on the back of an RV. Many times I've found fasteners that are installed incorrectly. Here the screws are crooked, not sitting flush against the bracket, which can cause leak problems or looseness over the long haul. Fasteners continue to be a problem. Here's a brand new coach where they've tightened the upper screw so tight that it's pinched the gasket and possibly left the bottom of the gasket open. And in this case, they didn't even set the screw flush. It's only a matter of time before this fixture becomes loose. Seemingly small defects, these can cause problems over the long haul. Take a look at this water connection on a new RV. Take a look at the caulking. Here I see a couple of small gaps. Maybe a problem, maybe not. But if it was my $50,000 RV, I'd have this resealed before I left the dealership. On to windows, one of my favorite topics. Now, an old coach, you can spot the problems here that this window needs to be resealed or we risk ending up with delamination. Spend a little time looking your coach over, looking for gaps in the sealant. Here we have a window. It looks very good, but as we closely inspect the caulking, we find a small gap up near the top. Over time, this can lead to delamination issues. A careful examination, and it's not too hard to find out where potential problems exist on your RV. Here we have another fastener issue. This is a window that was taken out of an RV that had delamination due to water intrusion. The leak path is obvious, witnessed by the rust-colored stain on the sealant. Now look closely, and you'll see a broken screw that was snapped off during assembly, which reduces the clamping force on the seal at this point in the window. As we know, ultimately leads to leakage and delamination. I'm focusing on this issue because it continues to be a potential problem. Here is a brand new RV, and I examined the inside retaining ring on the window and found a missing screw. The starting point of any sealing project is a thorough inspection of the RV and cataloging all the potential leak paths and possible problems. Choosing a sealant or a sealing process itself can have its challenges, since there are so many variations available. In developing our product offerings, we took the time to test and evaluate many different sealants from the RV as well as the industrial sectors. Different tapes, different tools, different methods of application. We believe we have a reasonable handle on the sealing and delamination issues associated with RVs. We've put together a product offering and our infamous delamination RV repair kits to help you keep your rig high and dry and running on the road. Give us a call or find us on the web at www.dlamrepair.com.